In today's fast-paced world, men face unique challenges, many of which are often misunderstood or mischaracterized. As society becomes more complex, traditional values that have guided men for generations are being questioned. Ideas about masculinity are evolving, but not all of these changes are positive. While emotional expression is certainly an important part of the human experience, the overemphasis on emotions at the expense of duty and responsibility has led many men to lose touch with what it means to be strong, reliable, and disciplined. The struggles that men face today are numerous and multifaceted. From the pressure to succeed in a competitive job market to the expectation of being emotionally open and vulnerable, men are bombarded with conflicting messages about how they should behave. Some advocate for men to embrace their emotional side fully, while others argue for a return to stoic, traditional values. The truth, however, lies somewhere in between. Men should certainly be aware of their emotions, but they must not let these emotions control them. The concept of emotional control is crucial for navigating life's challenges. Men who allow themselves to be guided by their feelings rather than by reason and responsibility often find themselves in destructive situations. They become unreliable, impulsive, and in extreme cases, dangerous. From the moment a boy becomes a man, he is thrust into a world of competition. Unlike women, who often receive social support and care regardless of their accomplishments, men are judged by their usefulness to society. This is not necessarily a bad thing. It simply means that men have the opportunity to build themselves up through hard work and dedication. However, this process is not easy, and many men today seem to have forgotten just how difficult life can be. In many ways, the modern world has become more comfortable than ever before. With technological advancements, men no longer need to hunt for food or physically defend their homes. However, the competition for resources, success, and social standing has only intensified. In the workplace, men are expected to outperform their peers to rise through the ranks. In relationships, they are expected to be providers and protectors. This constant pressure can be overwhelming, but it is also what gives life meaning. The beauty of being a man lies in the opportunity to transform oneself. Men are born without inherent value, but through hard work, discipline, and resilience, they can build themselves into something extraordinary. This process requires a relentless commitment to self-improvement and an unwavering belief in one's ability to overcome obstacles. However, not all men are willing to put in the effort. Some would rather wait for a handout, hoping that success will come to them without hard work. These men are often disappointed, as society does not reward those who refuse to take action. This competitive nature of life is often misunderstood or downplayed in modern discourse. Many people today argue that competition is unhealthy or that men should not be judged based on their achievements. However, competition is a natural part of life, and it is through competition that men grow stronger. Whether it's in the workplace, on the athletic field, or in personal relationships, men are constantly being evaluated based on their ability to contribute and succeed. This is why it is so important for men to develop emotional control and resilience. Without these traits, they are likely to be overwhelmed by the pressures of life. In recent years, there has been a growing movement to encourage men to express their emotions more openly. While emotional expression is certainly important, this movement has often gone too far, leading to the glorification of unchecked emotionality. Men are being told that it's okay to cry, to act on their feelings, and to be vulnerable in ways that were once considered inappropriate. While vulnerability has its place, the problem arises when men allow their emotions to dictate their actions. Men who are ruled by their emotions are often unstable and unpredictable. They may act out in anger, frustration, or sadness, causing harm to themselves and others. In extreme cases, this lack of emotional control can lead to violent outbursts, as seen in the growing number of mass shootings and other violent crimes committed by men who are unable to manage their feelings. These men act on impulse, driven by rage or despair, without considering the consequences of their actions. One of the key reasons for this rise in emotional instability is the failure to teach young men the importance of stoicism. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions or pretending that they don't exist. Rather, it is about understanding that emotions are fleeting and that they should not dictate one's actions. A stoic man is able to acknowledge his feelings, but chooses to act in a way that aligns with his values and responsibilities. This emotional control is what makes a man reliable, trustworthy, and capable of handling life's challenges. The glorification of emotional expression has also led to the demonization of traditional masculinity. Terms like toxic masculinity are often used to describe men who adhere to traditional values of strength, discipline, and emotional control. However, these values are not toxic. They are essential for creating a stable and functional society. When men are taught to prioritize their emotions over their duties, the result is chaos. Families, communities, and even nations suffer when men fail to control their impulses and act responsibly. Throughout history, men have been defined by their sense of duty and honor. These traits are what separate a good man from a bad one. A man who understands his duty to his family, his community, and himself is a man who can be trusted to act in the best interest of those around him. He does not act based on how he feels in the moment, but rather on what he knows is right. One of the most powerful examples of masculine duty is the story of the men who stayed on the Titanic as it sank. These men, knowing that there were not enough lifeboats for everyone, chose to remain on board so that women and children could escape. They did not stay because they lacked fear. In fact, they were likely terrified. However, they understood that their duty was to protect those who were more vulnerable, even at the cost of their own lives. This is what it means to be a man of honor. In today's world, the concept of duty has become increasingly rare. Many men are more concerned with their personal happiness and comfort than with fulfilling their responsibilities. They avoid difficult tasks, preferring to take the easy way out. This mindset is the antithesis of true masculinity. A man who shirks his duties is not a man at all. He is a boy, refusing to grow up and take on the responsibilities of adulthood. Honor, like duty, is a trait that has fallen out of favor in modern society. Men are often encouraged to put their own needs and desires above all else, leading to a culture of selfishness and entitlement. However, true honor comes from putting others before oneself. It is about acting with integrity, even when no one is watching. A man of honor does not need to be told what to do. He knows instinctively what is right and wrong, and he acts accordingly. The importance of duty and honor cannot be overstated. These traits are what make a man reliable, trustworthy, and respected by others. Without them, a man is little more than a selfish, impulsive creature, driven by his basest instincts. In a world that increasingly glorifies self-indulgence and emotional expression, the need for men to embrace duty and honor has never been greater. Courage is one of the most important traits a man can possess. It is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act despite it. Every man will face fear in his life, whether it be the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, or the fear of physical harm. However, a true man does not let fear control him. He acknowledges it, but he moves forward anyway. This is what separates the brave from the cowardly. In many ways, life can be compared to a video game. Each level presents new challenges, and as you overcome these challenges, you become stronger and more capable. However, the game never ends. There is always a new level to conquer, a new obstacle to overcome. This is the beauty of life, the constant opportunity for growth and self-improvement. But to succeed in this game, you must be willing to face your fears head-on. One of the most common fears that men face is the fear of failure. Many men are so afraid of failing that they never even try. They would rather remain in their comfort zone where they are safe from criticism and disappointment. However, this mindset leads to stagnation. A man who is unwilling to take risks will never achieve greatness. He will remain stuck in mediocrity, watching as others succeed where he has failed. The fear of rejection is another common obstacle for men. Whether it's in romantic relationships or in the workplace, the fear of being rejected can be paralyzing. However, rejection is a natural part of life, and every man must learn to handle it with grace and resilience. The key is to not take rejection personally. Instead of letting it discourage you, use it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Every rejection is a chance to become stronger and more resilient. Physical fear is perhaps the most primal of all fears. The fear of pain, injury, or death can be overwhelming, but it is also what makes courage so powerful. A man who can face physical danger without flinching is a man who has mastered his fear. This is why physical challenges such as martial arts, weightlifting, or extreme sports are so valuable for men. They teach men to confront their fears and push through them, building both physical and mental resilience. Success in life is not handed out freely. It must be earned through hard work, discipline, and sacrifice. Many men today dream of success, whether it be financial, personal, or professional, but few are willing to put in the effort required to achieve it. They want the rewards without the struggle, the glory without the grind. This is why so many men are disappointed with their lives. They are unwilling to do the hard work necessary to reach their goals. The truth is that nothing worth having comes easily. If success were easy, it would have no value. The reason why owning a Lamborghini or having a six-pack is impressive is because these things are difficult to obtain. If everyone could have them, they would lose their allure. This is why men must embrace the struggle. The difficulties they face in life are what give their achievements meaning. Discipline is the key to success. Without it, even the most talented men will fail. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It means getting up early to go to the gym, even when you're tired. It means working late into the night to finish a project, even when you'd rather be relaxing. It means saying no to short-term pleasures in order to achieve long-term goals. Many men today struggle with discipline because they are constantly being told to act on their feelings. If they don't feel motivated to go to the gym, they skip it. If they don't feel like working hard, they slack off. This mindset is a recipe for failure. Success does not care about your feelings. It only cares about results. The men who succeed are the ones who do the hard work, regardless of how they feel in the moment. Sacrifice is another important aspect of success. To achieve greatness, men must be willing to give up certain comforts and pleasures. This might mean sacrificing time with friends or family in order to focus on work. It might mean giving up unhealthy habits in order to improve physical fitness. It might mean forgoing short-term financial gains in order to invest in long-term success. Whatever the sacrifice, it is necessary for reaching the highest levels of achievement. As I reflect on these themes, I can see how they apply not only to men in general, but also to my own life. Emotional control, discipline, and courage have been key to overcoming the challenges I've faced, and they continue to guide me as I strive for personal and professional growth. One of the most important lessons I've learned is that feelings, while important, should never dictate actions. Whether it's fear, frustration, or sadness, I've found that the ability to push through these emotions and stay focused on my goals is what leads to success. For instance, there have been many times when I've felt unmotivated to work out or tackle a difficult project. However, by reminding myself of my long-term goals and the importance of discipline, I've been able to push through these feelings and get the job done. Each time I do this, I build more resilience and confidence, knowing that I am capable of controlling my emotions and staying on track. Another key lesson I've learned is the importance of embracing fear. Fear is a natural part of life, but it should never be allowed to control you. Instead of avoiding fear, I've learned to confront it head-on. Whether it's taking on a new challenge at work, speaking in front of a large audience, or pushing my physical limits in the gym, facing my fears has always led to growth and improvement. Finally, the value of sacrifice has become clear to me. In order to achieve the things I want in life, I've had to make sacrifices. Whether it's giving up leisure time to focus on work or cutting out unhealthy habits to improve my fitness, these sacrifices have always been worth it in the end. Success requires discipline and hard work, but the rewards are well worth the effort. In conclusion, the path to true masculinity is not about denying emotions or pretending that they don't exist. It's about mastering them. Men should certainly be aware of their feelings, but they must not let these feelings control their actions. Instead, they should act with discipline, duty, and honor, always keeping in mind their responsibilities to themselves, their families, and society. By embracing emotional control, courage, and the willingness to sacrifice, men can overcome the challenges they face and achieve greatness. These traits are not only essential for personal success, but also for creating a stable and functional society. In a world that increasingly glorifies emotional expression and self-indulgence, the need for men to embrace traditional values of strength, discipline, and responsibility has never been greater. Through emotional control, men can navigate life's difficulties with calmness and clarity. Through discipline and hard work, they can achieve their goals and build the life they want. And through courage, they can face their fears and overcome any obstacle that stands in their way. This is the true essence of masculinity, and it is a path that every man should strive to follow. As I continue on my own journey, I am reminded that the lessons of emotional control, discipline, and courage are not just abstract concepts, but practical tools for everyday life. Each day presents new challenges, and it is how we respond to these challenges that defines who we are. By staying committed to these principles, I am confident that I will continue to grow and succeed, both personally and professionally, and I encourage other men to do the same, knowing that the rewards of discipline, courage, and hard work are well worth the effort.